Hello. I hate the way my light glimmers in the background. It would be so much better if that worked. Good morning. It ain't morning yet. Well, technically it is. It's after midnight. They lied. I never got no more dang rain today, which we didn't need it. Probably get some tomorrow. Probably gonna have to go in there. I hear you. See what they're up to. He's the most vocal cat I've ever had, I believe. If he hears me in here talking, he starts yelling. Tomorrow is the last day of being broke until Saturday, and that's the first day of being broke. I'm give out. It stressed me out so bad. Why does it stress me out so bad to go to the doctor? I mean, I've had that done 1,000,000 times. All this stuff 1,000,000 times. I know what to expect. I've had it done. It's no big deal. Riding in the freaking car for hours and hours and hours to go to the doctor is not my cup of tea, and I have a migraine. But it was a good day. For what? And it wasn't very much. With $40, I was able to turn that into a pizza, a half a gallon of milk, some cheese, 4 boxes of Mountain Dew, and order a 20-pound bag of dog food that will be here tomorrow that will carry me through until I get my benefits, my monthly benefits Friday. Because I highly doubt I'm going to get any more deliveries on the weekend. So that was good for $40. I'm on if y'all didn't know, Walmart Plus, if you are in an area where you can do Walmart deliveries, Walmart Plus is allowing you to have unlimited free deliveries. So all you have to do is pay for your stuff. So my doctor wants me to start baby aspirin, and I didn't realize that baby aspirin was anti-inflammatory. So I doubt I'm going to be able to take that. I have some kind of weird reaction to it that's very bad. I can't take steroids, and I can't take Aleve, Advil, and Motrin. I can't take none of those. So I highly doubt, which I only paid $1 for that aspirin, and I can give it to somebody. Today I'm officially 2 weeks late on my period. I'm cramping really bad. Been cramping. Well, not really bad. It's just like annoying. Still has not come, and I'm not irregular. I'm not irregular girl. I am 28 days, 29 days, like clockwork. Unless I've been pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. So he said that I could have an infection causing all that. I'm going to do some research, but I have never heard of an infection that stops your period. Now, STIs can cause breakthrough bleeding. But I have never heard of one stopping your cycle. The only thing I've ever heard that stops your cycle is pregnancy. And I'm clearly, because I like to. And my doctor liked my hair today. Hey. He also said that I don't know why, but he told me to start prenatal. I don't know. So I got one. Why not? It ain't gonna hurt me. It'll help my hair and nails. It's just multivitamin, right? I probably should have got one without iron because my iron is too high. But I didn't. So hopefully there ain't enough in here that's gonna screw everything up. But I just got the cheap one from Walmart. This one from the Bear. I don't know nothing about these fancy ones. I hate taking pills. It's got fatty acids in it, and it's only got 27 milligrams of iron, so take 4. Take 4 or what? You're supposed to take 1. Take 1 soft gel daily with food. 4. That's not a cheap one. It is still a cheap one. It was $14. It's a cheap one. I don't know if it's a good one. It's a cheap one. $14 at Wally World. And then I got these, but I don't think I can take them. Lord, I don't know if I can deal with that shit that I have happen to me when I take anti-inflammatories. Oh, that shit's awful. But I got these. They're only like $1 and something. There's 60 of them. So, I woke up thirsty. I fell asleep with the door unlocked. Everybody's asleep except for the cats. The nighttime is their time. I normally let them out at night and let them frolic around in here. I hate taking pills. I'll probably end up switching to a powder form on the vitamins. Just something I can mix up in my water and drink it. They do have that, by the way. Hey. Well, I've been cramping. Still no period. I feel like I done too much today. I was on my feet too long. I done a lot more than I normally do. I give probably 7 or 8 baths today. Did you go to Walmart? Fuck no, I didn't go to Walmart. I had free delivery on my little app. And they delivered it. But I want to tell you something. How come? I was thinking to myself, how come I have never ate a Walmart pizza? I have never ate a Walmart pizza. Never, ever, ever eaten a Walmart pizza. No. He said, did you take the pregnancy test? I said, yeah, the first few was really late, like light positives on the early one fold, I said. And then it started fading and it went away. I said, I highly doubt that I'm pregnant. Oh, those are some good pieces. For a couple of reasons. He said, well, he said, you could have an infection. He said, I worry about chlamydia. And I'm like, how in the hell did I get that? Toilet seat somewhere? He said he wanted me to have a doctor check me. Okay, it's just a swab. I didn't have it in December, and I highly doubt I'd have it now. But anyway, we'll do it. Now, I could order me a kit out here and go ahead and do it. Not have to have my doctor to do it. But since she's going to be all up in there on the 30th, which I dread going off. He said that he didn't think that it was perimenopause. He didn't think I was close to menopause. He said my AMR, I think that's, I suck at abbreviations. It's how many egg reserves that you have in your body to release over the rest of your menstrual cycles going forward was pretty high, he said. So he didn't think, he said going by that, he didn't think that I was close to menopause. I didn't even know they checked that, but okay. I told him I thought it was perimenopause, and I told him on my symptoms. He said, that's a lot. So he said that he was going to put me, he said I had to have a menstrual, though. I had to have a menstrual cycle. And then he's going to put me on some hormone therapy for a week. And I'm scared. I've been reading the side effects. My period ain't never off. I ain't never had a month where I didn't have it, unless I had a bun cooking in the oven. My period ain't never off. Supposed to have my period. I thought the 6th I was having my period, but it was just spotting. I had spotting on the 29th. They said that I just moved the wrong way or picking up stuff and doing too much. I just scraped my cervix or something. I don't know what they said, but anyway. She just said I irritated it, and because it starts spotting. Then the 6th, that was Sunday. So he couldn't do anything. It was a over the phone thing. I wasn't actually there in clinic, and he really don't do anything. But he did order an HGS test, I think, abbreviations. He wants to put some dye up in there to see what's going on, he said. HPV does not cause you to stop your period. It causes cancer, causes genital warts. It causes warts all over your body. But it does not cause you to stop your period. I wish. That'd be wonderful. I have done a lot of research on everything. And I'm not trying to shoot everybody down that's trying to figure out what's wrong with me. I am a science experiment from hell. Trust me. But I know I've done my due diligence. I've had HPV since 2010. It's been 15 years. I've done all the research. I never knew hardly anything about it. My doctor never told me really anything about it other than it could cause cervical cancer. So I have done my research. Especially when I caught the 13th strand of HPV from my partner when I had my youngest daughter. And it caused me to, I did clear it, but it caused me to have some genital warts. So, but I did clear that. So that's why I tell y'all. So the 16th and 18th strand is two that is linked to cervical cancer. And there are other strands that can cause cervical cancer besides those. I have all of them. I have 16th, 18th, and I have other bad strains that are linked to cervical cancer. I have precancer cells of a 1 that is growing on my cervix. It has progressively got worse over the last 12 months. And I will have to have another biopsy and another pap smear in December of this year. And that will make, I went back over all my medical records, that will make the 14th. I thought it was just 12. But that will make the 14th cervical biopsy that I've had. But the 13th strand causes warts. And you can get HPV from skin-to-skin contact with anybody else or contact with anything that somebody has touched that has it. I've already had precancer cells once. I've already had them removed once in 2017. So, mine progresses. It was a leap that I had done. But that's what I tell every lady. If you're going to get the pickle from a Tinder date, or you're going to engage in activity with a man that you're just getting involved with, inspect him. Don't think that warts or skin tags on somebody is normal. Don't do it. He has got the 13th strain of HPV, and he will give it to you, and you will have that shit growing on you. And some people can't clear it, and it will multiply. So just don't do it. Use gloves, too. Don't touch it with your hands. I'll be in here, drop them drawers. Turn around, jiggle it. Make him touch it. Hell, don't touch it. Jiggle that thing. Let's see it. Turn the flashlight on. Skin tags can be HPV. It can be a different strain. It's not, that strain is not considered sexually transmitted. Skin tags are considered a form of HPV, and also warts on your body is considered a form of HPV. So, I've had plantar's warts. I've had other kind of warts having to be removed that never know that it was because I come in contact with the HPV virus. Did not know that, but yeah. So, they shouldn't have let me deliver my daughter vaginally. Why I had that. I could have gave her HPV. She could have it because I birthed her. Why I had one of his warts. My first husband gave me my HPV infection that I cannot get rid of, that I've had to have almost 14, when at the end of the year, 14 cervical biopsies and a leap. No, it's not a fever blister. That's totally different. That's hepatitis. That's different. That's hepatitis. It's a wart. Looks like this looks like a little gross. What are you doing, tap dancing? Get in here. Get up here. They're damn tap dancing. So, that was for educational purposes, and that's due to my research that I've done into it. I'm not a paid MDV or whatever in the hell they're called. Doctor, do not take medical advice from me. Hold on a minute, I gotta get oh my God. I gotta pick something up. And I'm like, I asked him, I said, wouldn't I have an infection if I had an infection? He said, not unless it was really bad. Okay. So I just been cramping. I just don't feel myself. I just feel off, y'all. And I have been for a couple of weeks. Whatever's up in there, they'll see it when they put the wonders up in there. I'm getting a vaginal ultrasound. They're going to do some blood work. I love blood work so much. I'm so thrilled. You can just see it in my eyes. Oh, he said also if the pills don't work that they're always injections. I said, no. I'm not. I can't. I can't do needles. I can't do needles. I tried to, look, they tried to give me a freaking progesterone shot, and I felt like I was in some kind of third world universe after they gave me that damn thing. Oh, that shit hurts so freaking bad. How in the hell does they expect women to take that shit? She's like, it may burn a little bit. My arm melted off. My arm melted the hell off. And if Susan, I apologize if I ended my live earlier and cut you off when you was trying to say something, but I had to get off here. I was like that old woman that said, bye, I'll call you tomorrow, and just hangs up on me. Mid-sentence. She's 89 years old. When she gets done freaking talking, she'll just go, bye, I'll talk to you tomorrow, and just hang up on me. But I am 34, 35. He also asked me, he said, are you planning on having any more children? I see here that you've had 5. Well, you've been pregnant about 7 or 8 times. I said, I wasn't planning on it. He said, well, you need to really think about it, he said, because if you're done with it, then be done with it. He said, once you get in your 40s, there's more of a risk for really bad complications, and he said there's more of a risk for genetic disorders. I said, well, I'm pretty sure I'm done. He said, well, if you don't get your period, you need to take another pregnancy test. Hello? 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 Sorry. I was talking to my cat. Hello? I'm hoping, I don't know how much Dutch charges, but I'm going to say if they're cheaper on the flea stuff for my cats. That flea stuff is so freaking expensive. I also had to give them some cat treats to distract them, and I had to go over there and I had to grab them a hold of the back of the neck. Not in a aggressive way, but you know what I mean. No, they don't have fleas now. But I got to get the flea medicine Friday for the month. So you know how you vet. I'm not being mean to my cats, but 2 of them are feral. So I had to get them by the nape of the neck and just hold on to them so they don't bite the hell up out of me. And put the drops down the back of their neck so they don't get fleas and ticks and diseases from my dogs going outside and bringing it back in the house on their feet and shit. And they're protected. And they don't like it, and they don't want me to touch them, and they make this noise. And their eyes get big as saucers. Their corneas are dilated, and their ears go back, and they look at me. Touch me, bitch. Touch me, and I'll tell you, you asshole. And then they, with their damn teeth exposed. And I'm like, I ain't scared of your ass. Do your best. You're getting this flea medicine on your damn nape of your neck. And down your back. Whether you like it or not. My dogs take pills too, but I would never try to give my damn cats a pill. I wouldn't have no fingers. I wouldn't have no fingers left. I have a scar from the top of my thumb all the way down to my wrist from my cat that is feral. I don't know why she's feral. I socialized her. I played with her. I tried to be her friend, and she just don't like me. Now, the black one he's feral too, but he don't like to attack me. She has jumped 8 foot up in the air and latched onto my damn hand. That was trying to go get her spayed. I had them took and spayed and neutered a few months ago, and that was just trying to catch her to put her in the carrier to go get spayed. She jumped 8 feet up in the air, and I tried to be so gentle with it. I know she was uncomfortable from the way she was acting, so I just put the carrier over there with some food in it, and I just wanted, to go in it, and I was going to shut the door. And I was trying to be nice about this situation. But after she jumped 8 foot up in the air, it did not hurt her, and latched onto my damn hand with her teeth and claws, I reached down and got her by the nape of the neck and stuck her in the cage and shut the door. And then I had to go put ice and a bandage on my dang hand. And a woman showed up about an hour later, and I said, I was debating this whole situation. But I was just going to call you back, tell you we wasn't doing this shit. I wasn't doing it. I said, ooh, she was a ninja cat. Woohoo! I would like to get some little cat houses for them to go in their room. They have their own room, by the way. And a couple more cat trees for them to climb around on and hide and stuff. Some interactive stuff. And I want to get one of them. Hey, have y'all seen them like animated birds that fly around? I think they like that. They're hunters. Hey. I've seen them all over Facebook. They're like $13, and you put batteries or something in them and wind them up, and they jump around and tweet like little birds. I think my cats would love that. Everything's annoying. I hear birds all night long, all day long. Tweet, 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 tweet. Tweet, tweet. Out here. He can't be no worse. I want to tell you a tale, and God forgive me for laughing, and I find it funny because this lady ain't no longer alive. I didn't understand it back then, but it's just, people has problems, and I guess I shouldn't have laughed about it, or laugh about it now. But when we was younger, we know this woman, her name was Esther. I don't remember what her last name was, but her name was Esther. And she lived in Coleman. And she was friends with my grandmother. And she was a really good person, let me just tell you that. But she was schizophrenic. And I laughed about it, and I feel bad about it, and I probably shouldn't have. But she would call my grandmother and talk about government hush talk and stuff like that, and that aliens would come and visit with her, and that was her delusions. And she'd say that she had to put tinfoil on her head and on the windows because the government was reading her mind. And I think it's so sad now thinking about it. So we ended up, I don't know if it was a good idea. I was a very young child back then. I didn't have much say-so in nothing. We ended up giving her a dog that my aunt had brought over there and dumped off on us that she'd had before she had her little mental breakdown. And she took really good care of it. This lady didn't have any family. Nobody didn't check on her or nothing. Well, my grandmother didn't hear from her for a while. She was an older lady. She lived by herself. So she sent the cops over there to do the welfare check on her. And they smelled something. And they went in the house, and that lady had been laying in there for over a week. She'd passed away. We ended up having to go back up there and get that dog that we gave her. It had been out there. It had an air conditioner and everything, but it was kind of skinny from not having enough food. And it was just a very traumatic thing. And she would have manic episodes with her schizophrenia and have really bad delusions. And your mind is a terrible thing when it don't work right. That's got to be the definition of hell, to think that something else is happening that's not reality. I think. But I remember that. I remember all them times that she'd call my grandma and talk to her for hours about how she would have to put tinfoil on everything to keep, including the phone, and to keep the government from reading her mind with their mind wave machines. That is so sad. My grandmother got dementia right before she passed. I've dealt with dementia. It's about the same. Now, up here in the dirty South, if you got tinfoil on your windows, I ate pizza. If you got tinfoil on your windows, that means you're a geeker. That is kind of sad too, but most people that are doing that, it's a choice. It's not like everybody says it's a disease. Up here, they choose to do it. They enjoy doing it, and I've had a lot of people tell me that. It's not like that everywhere else. Most people get on it, and they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they just can't get out of that shit. But right around me, and people I've had personal experience with, and I'm not saying everybody's like that, because some people just can't get off of it. A tweaker is somebody that has been up one too many days on some kind of substance, and they're having delusions from sleep deprivation and whatever they've been on, and they're hearing voices and stuff, and people are trying to get them from outside or talk to them, and so they put tinfoil over the windows to keep them out. They're tweaking around, seeing shit that ain't there. I've lived it. I've lived it through other people having it. I've experienced it firsthand, and it is something. Yeah, tear apart the, yep, or tear apart the apartment. Yeah, tear apart the not apartment. Tear apart things. What the hell? I can't even talk apartment. Tear apart. Apart. Damn it. Anyway, I have been nailed in the house by somebody that was seeing tree people. Look, say what you want. The first thing about that is that they have to want to change when they're given the opportunity to do it, and they're given every resource to do it, and they choose to make excuses for why they do it, hey, and they choose to relapse because they want to. That is a choice to me. That is not, I can't get off of it. And when they say I enjoy doing it and I can't wait till I get off of probation or parole or diversion so I can go back and get me some more, because I'm never going to stop. I enjoy doing it. Then that means that that's a choice for them, and I don't want no part of it. When they've been sent to rehab and they've been given every opportunity in life to be something, to be a member of society, and they choose that. That is selfish, first of all. Second of all, it's their choice. It's a choice. And everybody's like, it's a disease. I don't know that. I feel like some people are genetically more inclined to do things like that. I honestly do. I think it's kind of genetic, and it's partly environment. But my half-sibling that is a hardcore on that stuff, that has been for over 15 years now, he was given the world, y'all. He had no trauma. He had no bad in his life. Nothing was ever done to him badly. He was given every opportunity in the world to have a wonderful, progressive life, and I was not. I had trauma. He caused most of it. I had abuse, neglect. I was given nothing, but he was. And that's what he chose to do. That's how he chose to live, because it was fun. It was fun for him. And he still chooses it because it's fun. He enjoys hanging around with people doing that shit. And I'll never understand it if I live to be 200. Why anybody would want to do that? He looks like an 80-year-old man at the age of 37. An 80-year-old man. I still look 16, y'all. He's white-headed. I was never sent to school. I was made to go to work at the age of 8. He never had to do anything. My grandmother and the rest of the family put him up on a damn pedestal, y'all. He was given cars, money, everything that he wanted. He was allowed to do whatever he pleased. And he turned out the most vile person I've ever met in my life. He doesn't care who he steps on, who he destroys. He doesn't care who he hurts as long as he gets what he wants out of it. And just like he done to my aunt. He kept my aunt locked inside of a room without any water, food, power, actual running water to use the toilet for 2.5 months. And took her debit card and got all her monthly money off of there for 18 months straight. When she was found, she weighed 67 pounds, y'all. 67. She's on hospice in a nursing facility at the age of 60. She's not going to live very long. They gave her 6 months. She had a massive heart attack. Yeah. He's going to go to prison on about 5 felonies sooner or later, hopefully. I don't know. It depends on the DA thinks they've got a strong enough case to take to court. You know, it's not just the investigators that, you know, talk and amongst themselves and decide what kind of charges they're going to file against him. It's the DA, ultimately, you know. He's not my brother. He is a thing that my mother had before she had me. He also unalived our mom when I was 19, and that never done shit about it. Because she had a criminal record, and she had been in trouble multiple times, so she didn't matter. But I was nailed in the house with her, him, and my grandmother, and his girlfriend. His girlfriend helped him unalive my mom. It took my mom 3 days to pass away after they poisoned her. She had a massive heart attack. She was 46. I will never forget it if I live to be 1,000. I don't believe. Even with dementia, I don't think I could forget that. And it screwed me up. And it caused me to make all the poor life decisions that I have made in my life about relationships and shit. And not giving a damn about myself. And I shouldn't have let it, but I did. And I'm sorry to my younger self. I did not deserve to be abused and mistreated by my husband and other men that were in my life and other people, because I felt like I had failed my mother and that I allowed her to be unalived. So I punished myself for it because nobody else was going to do it. So I had to do it. So I punished me for what I thought I deserved. I told myself I should have broke out a window. He had took nails and nailed the window shut, y'all. He had nailed the front door shut. I couldn't even get out of the house. But then with other people, my aunt had went to work. She could have called 911 and sent them out there to my mom. My grandmother could have done something. And they protected him and lied for him. And nobody ever believed me about it. But that's what happened. It was just swept under the rug. I just filed it as natural causes. Never done a toxicology report. He waited until after she'd passed to call anybody, because he was trying to wait until the stuff was out of her system, where he wouldn't get in trouble, where they wouldn't know that he'd done it. It has never been investigated. They've never tried to do anything. But I was smart enough that I had my mom buried. I had her buried instead of cremated. So they are still a body, and it would still be in her hair. But she doesn't have blood in her anymore. She was embalmed, I believe. But I was smart enough to do that in case it is ever looked into. There's still a body. Shut up! Sleep time! So, yeah. He's got away with all that. He also essayed me from 8 to 16. And I can tell you that girl that he was with, her life has been nothing but hell. She has never had any kind of good in her life. Everything that she has falls apart. She is miserable. She sent me an email saying that she wanted to just end it. She said I had to be careful what I put on here and say and stuff, because they'll try to say I'm talking about myself and I'm not. She said her whole life was hell. Well, I said, well, why don't you be a woman and go up there and sign a statement about what you and him done to my mother? The reason why it was done was, for one, that he had always loathed her. He couldn't stand her. He wanted her gone. He was jealous of what kind of relationship he thought we had. I was the person that took care of her when she got so messed up that she didn't know what universe she was in. I was her person that kept her out of trouble. There are a witness to it. My best friend, when I was a child, she seen the bruises on me down there and stuff, and she knew that it was happening. And she seen it firsthand. So she could, and I could, but then I'd have to go to court and bring up something, and there's no real physical evidence of it. And then my whole family would know who it was, what happened to me in detail. All the shit I've been hiding for the last almost 30 years now. In 3 years, it'll be 30 years I've been hiding all that shit. 20-something. And I would just rather keep it hidden. It sets me free to write my book about it and to use be kind of like a ghostwriter and not put my name on it and just tell my story. That frees me. Going to court and having to face him and the whole world to know what happened to me. I feel like everybody will judge me for it or accuse me of lying or something. He is still trying to do things to me, and I am 30 years old, and that's why I will not be around him, for one. He is jealous of me. I'm not supposed to be with anybody else. The last time I lived down there, right before my daughter was conceived and born, he touched me inappropriately and had his girlfriend / live-in bongo girl to come over there and touch me inappropriately while I was laying trying to sleep or rest on the couch. And my family thought that was funny. My grandmother's still living. She's still at home, my aunt, and they thought it was funny. And I didn't find it funny. I shouldn't have to go through what I went through. Nobody should. It lasted for years and years. And he'd wake me up in the middle of the night and he'd tell me, if you tell anybody what I'm doing to you, I'll come back in here while you was asleep and I will cut your, and they won't believe you anyway, even if you do tell. And I tried to tell, and they didn't believe me when I was 16. I had his baby when I was 16 years old. I miscarried it. Nobody ever believed me. And after I miscarried, that's how the dog thing got started. Let me tell you, that is how the dog thing got started. After I miscarried, I got this little chihuahua. Her name was Eradicate. I named her after a Pokemon, and she had a lot of health issues, and she was terminal. And she was my little dog, my baby. And I kept her for many, many years. And so that's how the dog thing got started. It's from my trauma. Feeling like an outcast, like I didn't have nobody. And everybody that come into my life just caused more trauma and damage. And I asked my friend one day, I can remember being 9 or 10 years old, and I'm like, your brothers don't do that to you? Because I thought it was normal that all brothers done that. And I was like, your brothers don't do that to you? She's like, no, they would never. They would unalive somebody for me if they even thought they was hurting me. She said, that's sick. She said, I want to tell my mom this ain't right. And I said, no, he threatened me. He threatened me, and he threatened the entire family if I said anything. And I'm scared. And I don't want to say anything. So I didn't. And I wish so bad that I could go back and talk to that little girl and told her to go to somebody. My friend's mom was a cop. To go to somebody and tell them what was happening to me back then. So anybody that, it is not something that just happens to girls. There's so many girls that happen to. If somebody's doing something to you, go tell somebody. Don't matter what they say to you or how scared you are of them. It's never going to stop as long as you keep silent. So when I had to talk to him to try to find out where he was at after all this happened with my aunt, it made me sick to my freaking stomach, y'all. He's like, why are you being so mean to me? You didn't even tell me happy birthday. You ain't said nothing to me in months. I need you to help me get Norma's new bank card. That's why I have nothing to do with them. Nothing. They're all scum. And my uncle, he lived the best life. He's living the best life right now. He's got her grandkids that he calls his grandkids. It's like, he's never gave a damn. If he cared anything about me, he would have never let me go through half of the abuse that I've suffered. He would have went to court, took me away from my mother, and he would have sent me to school and raised me, but he didn't. Because he never gave a damn. Except for what he was going to get out of something. And he's still the same damn way. And I don't know why he's been so damn nice to me. Oh, yeah, I do. He wants my property that adjoins the property that him and my aunt owns. He wants that, so he's been nice and taking me to the doctor. Because he wants my land. Not because he gives a shit. And that's exactly why I say I ain't got no family. Or he's doing it, and he's also doing it where he can tell people that he's helping me. So it raises him up a little bit. And I don't want to talk about him because he is taking me to the doctor, and I need somebody to take me to the doctor where it'll get back to him. But at the other, the other hand, I know what he's up to. I'm not stupid. I'm a lot of things, but stupid ain't one of them. But I'm tired. I'm not punishing myself anymore. I'm taking back my life somehow. And I'm determined to have a good life. There's a lot of things that need to change around here. And I'm tired of being scared and all that. And I'm going to move forward and do what I want to do in my life for once, instead of being afraid or letting somebody else have some kind of power over me. Just like with my animals, I'm scared to put them outside because I'm afraid somebody's going to say something. Even if they was in the best facility, I'm scared. And I don't want to put them outside like all the time. I just want them to have an area where they can go outside and play without me being up their ass. I want a big old fenced in area where I could just let my bulldog out and she can go out there and play. She's probably going to knock me down, though. She gets a little hyper. She spins around and flips and does zoomies and shit. She about knocked me down. No, what never knocked me down earlier? One of these little dogs was in here doing a zoomie and it come clipped me on the damn ankle. Whoo! I had to catch on the stove. I about lost my balance and busted my ass. I said, damn it, where'd you come from? About took me out, y'all. Little bitty 5-pound dog. I enjoy my animals so much. They're so freaking funny. No, you're not required in my county to have a kennel license. You are in Coleman. If you have more than 5 dogs, you have to be registered kennel and be inspected by the health department and all that. But not over here. They don't have nothing over here. They don't give a shit as long as you don't mistreat them. They're my family. They're so funny. I got tickled today when I was outside with my bulldog. I decided to take her on a walk. I'd normally just tire her out and let her go to the bathroom, but I decided to take her on a walk, and she started playing with me and flipping around and stuff and doing zoomies, and I said, now don't scratch me. I finally got healed up from all the bruises you left on my thigh. I said, what are you doing, Tracy? But if you pet her while you're outside, best be prepared. She's going to try to jerk your ass down, try to play with you. I gave her a bath outside today. I got some warm water and some jugs. That's the easiest way to give her a bath. She hates bathtubs. She'll fight the hell out of you. And I can't hardly do it, so it makes my shoulder hurt. So I tied her up like a horse outside. Rinsed her off, soaped her up, and rinsed her off again. She had some kind of damn bad fear of water. And I've tried everything, and she just hates it. She hates it. I'm sorry for her, but she stunk. She needed a damn bath. She's been out there rolling around in the mud. So she had to have one. So I gave all my dogs a bath today. Took a while. I had to change clothes twice because they drenched me. So everybody got a bath. Baby Swan too. Well, she won't go in it. You can't get her in it. The best thing for her would be to figure out a way to make the water hose water warm, because I got warm water. I didn't rinse her down with cold ass water. But the best thing would be to get a water hose and get an attachment, a soap dispenser attachment on it, like the groomers have for her and the other big dogs, and tie them up like little, not a halter. They don't need a halter, but just tie them up like you do a little horse when you give her the bath. Just tie them up to a post or something and just rinse them off. She does pretty good with the baths outside. She don't try to dislocate my shoulder. But that's how I have to give my bigs a bath. You can't get them in the bathtub. So whenever I redo my bathroom, my plan is to make a walk-in shower. Not have no kind of like step up or anything. And I'm going to attach to the stud in the wall or somehow a ring. So I could take them in there and set them down and wash them in the shower and have a shower attachment in there. That would be the easiest thing for them. I could tie them up in there, scrub them down real good, and then bring them out. I'm still probably going to end up soaked from head to toe, but it'll be all right. They're a lot, and I won't never have any more big dogs. I'm just not made for it. I love the ones that I've got, and I don't regret getting them, but little dogs are a lot easier to take care of. They're a lot less likely to hurt me, and I love my bulldogs. I love my bull terriers. They have the best personality ever. They're really wild. They like to run and act silly and bark, and they're so wonderful. But with that being said, they are very dog reactive. You can't have another dog with them. My white dog is decent around the little ones, but very reactive to the bigger dogs. She's don't like them. I love them, but I'm just getting older and my arthritis is getting worse, and they're senior citizens now, and I won't be getting any more. I take care of them very best. And I read something on Facebook that broke my heart because I have a 10 and a 9-year-old. It said, my Dalmatian passed away in his sleep, and he was 11 and a half years old. And I woke up to take him outside, and he was just gone. And I'm like, that's my biggest freaking fear with my older dogs. So I try to give them all the loves and the cuddles and hold them as much as I can, because that will break me. I've had them for so many years, y'all. None of my dogs are dying, by the way. I'm just being dramatic. Because I know it's coming, because I have a 10-year-old. And he is sprightly still. He is sprightly as hell, let me just tell you. He is the sprightliest freaking dog in the world. He has never, so Dalmatians are really common to have kidney stones and other things. I'm lucky enough that he does not, or his woman. They're not breeding, or I'm not ever planning on breeding them again. They have had children in the past, but that was long past ago, years ago. But him and Purdy will forever be a couple, just like the 101 Dalmatians. They're a couple, even though they don't have babies. I won't have 101 Dalmatians, but they're a couple. And they're seniors. They're in the double digits, y'all. Yeah. I have a 15-year-old and a 15-year-old wiener dog. And I guess I shouldn't mention anything about my dogs on here because I've been told not to, and I'm doing it anyway. And I feel like a lot of people's going to be trying to get me in trouble for it, so I probably shouldn't. But I love them so much. They're my family. Well, I was in here eating a chicken wrap earlier. My wiener dog perched herself right here by my shoulder, and when I went up there to reach to take a bite, she just reached over and took her a bite. She stole my chicken wrap. I said, hey, wait a minute now. She ain't never missed a meal in her life. She's roly-poly. I didn't notice her up there. I'm kind of oblivious. So I just went up here, just reached over and just... I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. Baby, glad I had a second wrap. And she's like a piranha, too, when she gets hold of something. You know, like that. Somebody think, she's gonna get pancreatitis. No, she ain't. She gonna get obese. I hate when they try to steal your food and they bite the shit out of your finger. Ooh. How many times have you had that to happen to you? When your dog tries to take your food or you try to feed it a piece of your sandwich or something, it bites the holy piss out of your finger and mashes it. And I'm kind of scared to even like give them as a treat because there's like little piranhas and they'll get into a fight over something. God forbid I'm over there and they think I'm fixing something to eat and I drop something on the floor. They're like those little white birds off of that movie. I don't know what movie it was. I think it was Nemo. Mine, 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 mine. That's what they're like. Mine, 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 mine. You want to know how to wake your dog up and bring it out from wherever it's at? Go in the kitchen and get you a bag of tater chips and open it. Or a bag of anything. Rustle it. Or open the refrigerator. There they'll be. I went in there and opened the refrigerator to just look in there and see what was in there. And I hear pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. And I said, you were just asleep. Also, if you got kids, little kids, just open you a chip bag. And now there they'll be. I don't have no pieces of cheese. I got some shredded cheese. But mine are like them little white birds. Mine, 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 mine. Now my kids was like this when they was little. I would fix them a plate. Set them down. They didn't want it. And then I'd fix me a plate and I'd sit down and try to eat it. And they would come over there like this. And if you didn't give it to them, they just ram their hand up in your plate and just get them a handful of it. And never even touch their own plate. So I got to where I just put extra on my plate. And just not even fix them a plate. And then somebody look at me. What? You should have fixed them a plate before you sat down to go eat. That ain't right, you not fixing them a plate. Some asshole would say to me, I was like, first of all, every time I fix them a plate, they don't damn want it. Second of all, mind your fucking business. My kid eat. She wasn't losing weight. She was healthy. So I'd sit there and feed her. She'd take a bite and she'd run around the room and get into something and fiddle diddle with something, and then she'd come back. I'd get her another bite and blow on it. And I got her to doing it. She's so damn cute. She'd run up to me and go, said, blow on it. I forgot one time I was watching TV and was quite distracted and forgot to blow on it, and then I'd kind of like put my mouth to it, make sure it wasn't hot because I didn't want to burn her, and I accidentally burnt it her because I wasn't paying attention good enough and didn't test it in my mouth. He said, "Watch what the fuck you doing." I loved him so much. I hope he gets hit with a flower pot. But yeah, she'd run around the room, get into toys, or she'd stand there and shake her ass at the TV, staring at it, and then she'd run over there. She'd tell me more. And then she decided that she was done eating. And I was going to have to move my plate because she was going to throw it on the floor if I didn't. So she could nurse. Because she wanted some milk. Even though she had a cup with cow milk in it. She acted like I was trying to poison her. She'd make that yuck face that little kids make when they eat something that they don't think's appetizing to them, that yuck face. You know. Yeah, I'm going to let them out when I get off of here, even though it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and make all the dogs down bark and wake up the neighborhood. They have their own, they're not in cages, they have their own bedroom with activities and litter boxes and food and a big old thing of water and all the gizmos and gazmos, but I'm going to let them out for a little while so they can knock my dishes and shit off and knock my shelf over with my grandma's ashes in it. As long as they don't get my TV, we'll be all right. Break everything in here. Eat a hole in my bread. All the fun cat things that cats love to do. Grandma, my baby, and my dog's ashes are up there now so they can get all 3 of them at once. I have 97 cats. All you gotta do is turn the lights off and you see all their eyes glowing in the dark. It's like you got a room full of damn lightning bugs. I got you beat. I have 5. I never wanted more than 2, but I ended up with 5 somehow. I watch some, you know, when I get depressed about myself and the way I keep my house and everything, I just watch an episode of Hoarders and then I don't feel bad anymore because my house is clean and it doesn't smell like ass crack in here. Aldi's has the best freaking candles. I had a candle lit in here today and oh my God, it smells so good. Now, we do get to farting in here. And we're all in close proximity together. And I don't know which one stinks worse, me or the dogs. It's just their store brand candles. They get, you know, like for Easter and stuff. They have special candles in their brand. And I bought one for Lucky Charms Day. St. Patrick's Day. Sorry if I offended you if you're from Scotland or somewhere over there. St. Patrick's Days. Or you're Irish, I didn't mean to. But anyway, it's Aldi's, it starts with an A. I don't pronounce it right, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't never pronounce that shit right. I'm sorry. That's what it is. So when I do my grocery order, I always order me a little candle. And I already burnt one out, and it was strawberries and shortcake. strawberry cheesecake or shortcake one, and it smells so good. Then I got this one, and I like it better for St. Patrick's Day. And I'm coming, damn it. I know, you're so pitiful. You want some tuna? Yeah. You want a can of tuna? Because I'm running late this morning. I give you a can of tuna. I'm so freaking emotional, y'all. I wish my prude would come. I want to cry for no reason, y'all. And then I'm so just calm and unbelievably happy. And I don't like it. I'm supposed to be mean and salty and tough. Not this blubbering blob of emotions. It's getting on my nerves. I know. I forgot to start the laundry. I also poured this water all over the counter when I don't want to cry, but I want to cry. Forgot to order sour cream. And I really needed it because I've got a Mexican meal up there to go in the microwave, and it's going to tear my asshole up if I don't eat sour cream with it. I don't never take it easy on myself, and ever since that person showed up over here the other day that somebody sent to me being an asshat, I'm just stressed. It's went to 100, and I'm trying to, I got to do this, and I got to stay on top of that, and I guess everything's got to be spotless in here, and oh God, what if it stinks in here? Oh, they're going to take them away if my house stinks, and I've got to bleach it, and I almost unalived myself this morning with bleach. Concentrated. I down on the floor scrubbing it. I got to clean this, and I got to clean that. Does that smell? I don't know. If I even think it smells, it's got to be scrubbed down with bleach. I don't even know. Your special place in hell for whoever sent that person over here to my house, and you know who you are. I have PTSD for my kids and shit, and my dogs are my kids, and I wouldn't make it through it if I lost them. I use bleach. Bleach gets rid of it. Bleach is awesome. I just had to, less is more. Oh, I'm cleaning the whole thing. I still got my junk piles in here because I don't know where to put it. But I mop everything with bleach. The cat boxes. Okay, don't use vinegar on cat boxes. Use an enzyme cleaner because vinegar and ammonia causes you make acid. And that acid fumes can get into your lungs and cause you to have chemical burns in your lungs. And it can cause pneumonia. And so it can inhaling Clorox. I shouldn't be doing that. I should just use an industrial strength enzyme cleaner and just let it sit there for 30 minutes and turn it into water. Because it's not good for me and it can cause damage to my lungs long term. When I use so much bleach in here that I had to open all the doors and windows that I'm gasping for air because I can't get any air in me from the smell, it's nothing's worse than cat piss. Yes, it is. You know what's worse than cat piss? When you're trying to change your litter boxes and clean them and you stick your hand in a pile of cat shit. That is worse. And then you try to wipe it off with a paper towel, and all you do is smear it all over yourself. That's a lot worse. And you're gagging while you're trying to do this. That happened to me yesterday. Don't be like me. Wear some gloves. And then I pooped on myself after I ate Mexican food. And that was fun. I was like, why? Why me? I have had the worst freaking luck here lately. The worst luck. But cat pee stinks real bad, especially because I have neutered tomcats. And if you know that male cats have a gland in their little private areas that is similar to skunks. Similar to weasel scent gland. And even neutered, it still stinks pretty bad. If you didn't know that, now you do. It's similar, it's not the same. And when they urinate, it stinks. This is what I want for my babies. I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford it. Hopefully, when I come into some more money, I can afford it. But I wish I would have done it whenever I had some money a couple of months ago. Before everything happened. No, I did not shart. I felt like I needed to go to the toilet, and I procrastinated on going to the bathroom because I was doing something in here. And I shitted myself. I straight up shitted myself and had it all over me and had to get in the shower. I did not fart and sharted. I felt like that little boy on that viral freaking funny video that his grandma made about him. He was out there taking his britches off in his underwear, and he was wiping at some kind of brown stuff on his foot. And she kept on asking him, "What is that? What is that?" And he was stumbling around for the right words to say. The little boy was about 3 or 4 years old. And he said, "It's shit." That's how I felt. Both times. So I think I'm going to give him some tuna. But you have never lived unless you had that oh no feeling. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. And you knew that you wasn't going to make it to the toilet, or you wasn't nowhere near a toilet, and things was happening like bridesmaids, and you just knew that you had to go to Walmart and buy you another set of clothes, and those clothes had to be tied up in a sack and put in the garbage somewhere. If you've never experienced that, you don't know what it's like to be sicker than a damn dog and have to go somewhere, or just get sick out and about for no reason. I've done that. My kids have done that to me. But the worst thing was when I was pregnant with my middle daughter, when I had preeclampsia with and all the complications with, that scared me to the point I never wanted no more kids. I got the really bad hormone diarrhea from being pregnant with her in my first trimester. If you've ever had that, you know what I'm talking about. My stomach tore the hell up from my hormones. And I felt it. I felt the sensation in my gut. And the bathroom was maybe 100 feet from where I was. I will answer questions in just a minute. And I had down a puppy pad for my dogs. And when I got right inside the door to go around the corner to the toilet, I knew that I was not going to make it. So I had a choice to make. Shit my pants or shit on a puppy pad. And I chose to shit on a puppy pad. Because I wasn't shitting my pants. And then I realized after watching Bridesmaids that I had done that exact same thing that lady done when she stopped in the middle of the road in that wedding dress and she shit in the middle of the road. He is not fucking hungry. He's very vocal. He's a tuxedo kitty. He's very fat, too. Just because my cat is vocal does not mean that it needs something. Just because my dogs bark don't mean there's something wrong with them. That's their language of their people. That's their native tongue. It's just like when I talk and I say things, doesn't mean that I need anything. It just means that there are words coming out of my mouth. What does that got to do with the hill of beans in China? No, my cat is not fixed. There's nothing to fix about my cat. If you're asking if my cat is sterilized, spayed or neutered, altered, then yes. But no, he's not fixed. Because there's nothing to fix about him. He is fine. We're not. So. It's a male, by the way. It had testes. It had testicles. It's not a bitch cat running around whining, wanting somebody to mount her. So, yes, my hormones and my moods go from 1 to 1992. When I get annoyed, it's not your fault, it's mine, but I can be relatively mean about shit. But I hate when people say, "Are they fixed? That's why they're crying." Ain't they? I just hate that. You're assuming shit about my animal. There's nothing wrong with him. He does this every freaking night. No, it don't sound like they're... He just wants tuna. I may lose a finger about the tuna. But anyway, no, they don't make noises because coyotes are around. They make noises because they want to bite my toes. I may lose my finger trying to give him fish. He's relatively very aggressive eater. I had to be careful. he might attack me. I'd be like that little white bird. Maine, 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 Maine. Quite aggressive. I would love to keep all my fingers attached to my hand. I'm alright. I wish I wouldn't meow or nothing, 'cause people won't start shit about it. On here and telling that he's hungry, trying to get some kind of bullshit started on here. And then somebody comments that he just wants tuna. All you're doing is start more bullshit. He don't even know what the hell I'm saying to him. But at night when I get on here, you're gonna hear my damn cats in the background. That's just the way it is. Pringles is a very vocal cat. Always has been. Oh, thank you for the dizzy birds. He's got one. Well, George is gone. I got rid of him. He has several companions. He's not wanting nothing. He is just very vocal, more active at night. He don't never make a peep in the daytime, but he is so like vocal and active during the night, especially this time. Like after midnight, it's like wow. Well, I'm ready to get off here before somebody else starts something. And see if I can get him quieted down, go in there and scratch his ass. Not actual ass, but hips. I don't want to get near that other thing. Scratch him on the butt. Pat him a couple of times. What about them cats? I hate to hear what people say. What about those cats that, for some reason, they're humans, go into a room and they'll shut the door and they can't see them, and they start wow, wow, wow. What do y'all say about them? Oh, they're just so. I mean, hell, hey. Cats make noises. Animals make noises. Lord, if I had a horse and it neighed or something, I hate to hear what people would say it needed. 'Cause they can speak cat. They got a cat translator. Cats meow. They do that from the time they come out of the womb. Some of them are more vocal than others. He's the only one I've got that does that. Well, you probably have caring-ass neighbors. I don't have caring-ass neighbors, so we all realize that animals make freaking noises and dogs fucking bark. Get over it. Animals make freaking noises. It sounds like I've got a small damn zoo in here with just a few little bitty dogs that I've got. Sounds like I've got 200 or 300. Let me go and get this. I'm going to go in there and check on them, make sure they're all spiffy. I went in there earlier, but who knows. Take him a treat. Maybe he'll get settled down for the night. Scratch him on the butt. I usually don't let them out in here a whole lot, but I do let them out in here because they knock everything down. I just got to put my bread up first. They'll have a hole tore in it. Why does my cats do that? Why does my dogs do that? Steal my damn loaf of bread when they get fed twice a day. And they ain't damn hungry. But they'll straight up snatch my damn bread if I leave it out over. Little demon-ass animals. Purdy, when I let her out during the day, she goes right over there and just climbs up on the counter and opens the freaking cabinet door and just helps herself to a sandwich. She takes a whole freaking loaf of bread and tears the plastic open and eat it. And she gets extra calories. I give her a whole can, split it up, half in the morning, half in the evening. A whole can of freaking canned dog food. Why do they do that shit? Tear up our damn food when they got their own. And why in hell, when I feed my dogs, like my little dogs get special kind of little dog canned food, and then they get dog chow. Why do they try to eat my damn cat food up? I had to put my cat food down in a sack or something. They'll tear the whole end out of it to get into it. Why is cat food so appetizing for them? You can tell by looking at them. They ain't never missed a meal. They sure as hell don't need more protein. I can tell you because I've got some that their breed type is prone to kidney stones, and higher protein food can cause kidney stones. So I had to keep it up. My animals steal my food and everything else. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to go in here and check on these babies and go to the toilet and check on everybody. And everybody's quiet in here. We had a fun day of playing and romping and shit. And my dogs chased the cats around the house earlier. It's been a day. But I am so I was using Advantage for my cats, and I don't like that. So I'm going to try Frontline Plus and see if I like that better. or something else. So y'all wish me luck. If y'all know of any kind of good, like, cheaper flea and tick for cats, let me know. Shoot me a DM about it. I want to switch, but I don't want to, like, unalive my cats with some kind of cheap crap or buy something that's not going to actually work. Because for some reason during the summer, I guess it's because of other people's animals coming in the yard, I end up getting fleas in my yard, in the grass part, and I had to get out here and spray it. And I don't want fleas on my animals, so I had to be real careful. And I sure as hell don't want them in my house. But we have feral cats here, and everybody's dogs comes in the yard. So I had to treat proactively. I don't know what to use. I tried to use Frontline before when my cats was younger, and I almost unalived Loki with it. So I don't know if I want to use it. He got instant paralysis and stuff, and I ended up having to take him to the vet. If I hadn't washed him, I hadn't washed that shit off of him, it would have unalived him. Are you sober? I'm tired. It's 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. I woke up. Can't go back to sleep. Go in here and play with my kitty cats for a little bit. Are you sober? Worry about your own fucking business. Don't worry about mine, what I'm doing. Ain't none of your damn business. Mind it. Clean up your own house before you try to clean up everybody else's and call them out on the fucking internet about something you don't know shit about. And quit getting out here and assuming things about people because of their appearance or the fact that they've had dental disease and lost their freaking teeth. You're what's wrong with the world. Right there, wrapped up into one. You don't know me, you don't know my situation, but you're assuming shit about me, right? Because you judgmental prick. It pisses me off. He didn't have a seizure, but he about passed on me. This was years ago, and he was a lot younger and littler. So I washed it off of him, and he survived. I swore I wouldn't ever use that shit again. It may just been because he was only about 6 months old and he was still a kitten. It could have been that, and it said it was okay, but maybe it's just too strong. So I really don't want to use Frontline. But, like, what else could I use that's a little bit cheaper? Because Advantage is really, really expensive, and I want to cut costs because I'm trying to save up money for a medical procedure. But I don't want to harm my cats. I would never forgive myself. So, any suggestions? let me know. I'm gonna do my due diligence and research, and we'll see. But I'm gonna get off of here, yo. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.